All right, happy Sunday, everybody. Meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. I am going to give you a little rundown on the winter storm we have headed our way. Developing snow Monday night. Snow's going to lash our area getting into our Tuesday, and it's going to wind down Tuesday night. We're going to have some wind with it, and we will have likely some travel issues around here. And we're going to have some wet snow accumulate across northeastern Wisconsin. So I'm going to get into our specifics here. And if you want to chime on in with a few comments here, I'll monitor our little comment section on our Facebook stream. We've got our web stream going too. So we are here online, on social, and we'll be on TV tonight at 10 o'clock with the updated forecast. But as of now, let's get into our discussion here. First, let me just welcome you in here. So yes, great to see you this evening. How about that Packers game today? Woo, it's a nail biter to the end, but Packers are in the playoffs. Thankfully, we squeezed in the game between the snow yesterday and the incoming snow that is coming in as we get into Monday night and Tuesday. So going back to our discussion, I want to start things out. And you know it's been a wimpy winter so far. These stats I just pulled for the Green Bay area, but going back to November 1st, 79% of the days have been above average, and our seasonal snowfall deficit almost a foot in the Green Bay area. We've got some significant snowfall deficits across the entire region here, and that will be changing this week. We have snow, several opportunities for snow, and also very cold air by next weekend. This is the most wintry 7-day forecast, and really the next week or two, the most wintry outlook we've had all season long. Now let's get into the specifics in regards to the winter storm. A winter storm watch has been posted for all of the blue shaded areas. This goes into effect tomorrow night, continuing through Tuesday and Tuesday night. This is likely going to be upgraded to a winter storm warning at some point. The far northwest, the Northwoods, not under any alerts or advisories right now. That could change to maybe a winter weather advisory. But right now we just have a watch because we're watching out for the potential for some snow here. And the flakes will start to fly Monday night, and the snow is really going to build into the region on Tuesday. Our confidence is very high, more or less off the chart for this particular storm. Unless something happens over the next 24 hours, unless the storm tracks really deviates and does something really wonky, we're really expecting some pretty good snow and some wind around here. So confidence is high with this storm, and that means some snow and some wind across our region. Now, right now, we're socked in with mostly cloudy skies, and no major changes here over the next 24 hours. There could be a few flakes or flurries here, or light snow showers here over the next 24, but we're watching the swirl down there by Albuquerque, the Four Corners. That's the area of low pressure headed our way. So we have snow in the forecast, and this is my hand-drawn forecast snow potential map. This is what I'm going with today. This is likely going to change a little bit later on tonight, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon as new data continues to come on in. So we'll be adjusting these numbers a little bit and the snow bands a little bit, but as of this evening, it still looks like the Fox Valley area through Door County in that 4 to 7 inch range. Areas east of there could see perhaps 6 to 9, depending on how things shake out. Now, if you live right on Lake Michigan with the warmer waters of the lake, like right on the shoreline, it could be not quite as high because we may have a little bit of warm air trying to eat away at some snowflakes there. But really some pretty good snowfall potential from the Fox Valley to the lakeshore through Door County, and we can just broad brush 4 to 7 plus in there. Back to the northwest, likely lesser snow, but still a chance for 2 to 5. I've got that light blue shading there from areas around Shawano back to the northwest. And then you get into far north central Wisconsin. It looks like the brunt of this storm will be much, much lower. Those folks up there across the North Woods have had a lot of lake effect snow where we don't get that here. This system will be a little bit different where folks across the far north will see much lighter amounts versus areas to the southeast. So if you live in the population zones of the Fox Valley and the lakeshore, where a good chunk of people live, we may get socked with some pretty good snow. And if you have interest across the North Woods over the next little while here, Monday night, Tuesday night, lesser amounts of snow, but still looking at some snow potential that way. Now, I want to show you something from the Weather Prediction Center. This is the probability of at least 6 inches of snow for the 24-hour time frame between 6 a.m. Tuesday and 6 a.m. Wednesday. So this is when the brunt of the snow would actually be falling here. And as I just showed you where we expect the higher totals, this is where the highest odds are of those higher totals. Again, 40, 50, 60+% chance of snow being at least 6 inches. That does include all of the Fox Valley and the Lakeshore, Door County. Lower odds back to the northwest where we think those snowfall totals will be reduced a little bit. So that's the current thinking right now. So having mentioned all this, I want to show you some model snowfall amounts. I showed you the hand-drawn map. This is the probability. Let's go through a couple of actual forecast models. This is our in-house graph model. And this goes through, I think, noon on Wednesday. But the brunt of this is going to be falling Tuesday evening, Tuesday night. Pretty good swath of 4 to 7 inches for most of northeastern Wisconsin, with not as much back across the North Woods. And again, use these numbers as a guide, a rough guesstimate. Don't treat them as gospel. We're trying to just give folks a heads up here that there's pretty good chance of some heavy wet snow. And this is going to be heavy and wet because temperatures will be around freezing, if not slightly above or slightly below, depending on where you are. But so this is one model. Let me go to the American GFS model. This is a global model that we've zoomed on into northeastern Wisconsin. Same time frame here. And it's got the trend that we've been advertising. Higher totals from the valley to the lakeshore and southeast. Lower amounts back to the northwest. And here is the European model. And more or less the same story, maybe not as aggressive in some spots, but a good 4 to 7 inches of snow across parts of the Fox Valley and eastern Wisconsin, a little bit lower across the North Woods and northern Door County here into the UP. So we'll see which one of these is closest to reality when things are all said and done. But when we have pretty good agreement between multiple computer models here, multiple days in a row, it tells us we're looking at some pretty good chances for some significant snowfall. And this is going to be heavy and wet. Now for Green Bay, I'm just going to break this down just a little bit and show you the specifics. This is a 4-model comparison. And basically, we are socked into that 4 to 6.5, 7 inch range, depending on how things shake out here. And one other wild card I'll say is that we're going to have a northerly to northeast wind during this event, and that could pull the wind right off the bay and bring in perhaps some additional snowfall enhancement on the south side and the southeast side of the Bay of Green Bay with this. So depending on your location, even on the in the Green Bay city limits, it could be a little bit different. East, a little bit more versus the west, a little bit less, but we'll see. So, that just breaks it down just a little bit here. I want to show you next the odds of the snowfall and how this is going to go. So tomorrow is going to be a mostly cloudy day, but by the evening, we may have a little bit of snow shower activity starting to develop later on in the day, and but more so going into the late evening and after midnight tomorrow night into our Tuesday. Things will really be ramping on up. So right now, I think we'll be okay with the commutes to work and to school for Monday. No issues expected there. But our Tuesday morning commute could be slick, and definitely that Tuesday evening commute is looking rough across a good chunk of northeastern Wisconsin here. So just plan accordingly. And depending on the wind factor, we may see some issues for that. Well, I actually almost assume continuing issues Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. So our first alert weather day is going to be really Tuesday night and the Wednesday morning commute, because we will likely some issues for that Wednesday morning commute as well. All right, let me take this hour by hour here. And again, cloudy skies will be with us for the overnight hours and for Monday. I should mention tomorrow's going to be in the low to mid 30s again, so it's actually going to be a pretty decent day for January. And so we're not too concerned about any major any major weather for Monday. But this is 11 o'clock on Monday. A few flakes will start to move in from the south, and the snow is going to build in Monday night and the first part of our Tuesday. So I suspect when we wake up on Tuesday morning, get ready for work and for school, assuming they're still on schedule and everything's good to go, we're going to have some snow around and probably some slippery spots, and things will start to intensify as we go throughout the course of our Tuesday. And Tuesday afternoon and evening will likely be the window of opportunity for the heaviest snowfall rates. and also the strongest wind, and the combination of high snowfall rates and gusty wind will lead to some reduced visibility, rapid accumulation on those highways, and developing slippery spots and slick spots and treacherous travel here. So I would say the second half of our Tuesday into Tuesday evening will be where some of the worst of the snowfall rates and the wind will be combined here. So as we get into Tuesday evening, snow still around, but notice by late in the evening, a lot of this is going to be focused from the valley eastward. It stretches back a little bit back to the west, but in general here, as time goes on Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, the back edge of the snow is slowly going to shift from central Wisconsin towards the lakeshore here. So this is just one model's thinking. A few other models suggest that the storm could linger just a little bit longer, and this run I'm showing you now clears everything out by 6 a.m. Wednesday, the actual falling snow, but of course we'll have some issues still on the ground by that time. But the snow could be a little bit delayed in exiting Wednesday morning, but I do expect rapid improvement by midday Wednesday on the backside of that system. So that is the snow. That is the breakdown there. Let me talk about the wind here real quick. Winds will be very light tomorrow, your Monday, under 10 miles per hour, but it's going to be a little bit breezy when we start our Tuesday. Wind gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour for the first part of our Tuesday. That will continue into the afternoon. This is 3 o'clock. So by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll have some higher snowfall rates, some gusty breezes. Now going into Tuesday evening, check this out. By 9, 10 o'clock, northerly winds could be anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour as far as gusts, and we'll still have some falling snow. So this is the way it's looking as far as like the combination of wind and snow Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening in that time frame. Again, highlighting that Tuesday evening commute where some of the worst conditions could be had. But it's all based on the storm track and how things set up. And, this is our guesstimate and our best plan of action as of Sunday evening, but we still have 24 hours to watch it. So things can still change a little bit. By Wednesday morning, gusty winds continue on the backside of the snow. And as we get into midday Wednesday, our wind gusts will start to diminish here. So right now, that is our storm, the first one of the week. Okay, so we have a couple of opportunities for some snow as we go throughout the course of the week. That was the first one. I'm going to go and show you the rest of the week here, folks. So like I said, this is the most wintry and coldest looking 7-day forecast we've had so far this season. So we highlighted the major storm that will likely be coming our way for Monday night, Tuesday night. That will clear out by midday Wednesday. There it goes. See ya. We'll have a weak clipper system come on in here by late Wednesday into Thursday. Now, this is still up in the air, but there's going to be a weak system here that could put down a little bit of light snow late Wednesday into Thursday. It doesn't look to be as significant as the one on Tuesday, but definitely a chance for a little bit of light snowfall accumulation, so I can't rule that out. Somebody was asking about Thursday. It's going to be chilly, temperatures in the 20s with a little bit of light snow being possible, Michaela, for you, asking that question. And for our Friday into Saturday, this is iffy, but there are some early signs, much like the storm that will be moving through here on Tuesday, that this late week system that I'm showing you here on Friday, this could be another one of those whoppers somewhere in the region that will produce a lot of snow and wind, and on the backside of that is going to be some very cold air. And we're talking about wind chills that will be finally below zero. So we have 3 opportunities for snow: Tuesday, Thursday, and then late in the week. So somewhere in there, we're going to get socked with some snow. And on the backside of this week, we will have cold air. And just pulling ahead some projected wind chill values, this would be for next Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. It's going to feel like, again, this is a week out, so don't take these numbers as gospel for sure, but the trend suggests that we'll have wind chills well below zero going into the end of next weekend into the following week. So it is going to be cold around here. So here is our 7-day forecast, and not making any changes this evening, but I do anticipate some modifications here over the next 24 hours. But our thinking is that we're going to have a mostly cloudy and quiet day on Monday, Temperatures in the low to mid 30s. It should be a pretty nice day, very similar to today. That winter storm, Tuesday, snow develops Monday night, ramps up during the day Tuesday, diminishes Tuesday night, and then we'll have some morning snow give way to relatively quiet conditions for the better chunk of our Wednesday. First alert weather day again for Tuesday, Wednesday morning because of the snow and the wind that could cause some travel issues around here. That secondary clipper, which is going to be on the weaker side, but still a chance for some lighter snow Wednesday night into our Thursday. And then the wild card iffy storm, don't know exactly if it's going to affect us with any snow. Probably we'll get the wind Friday and Saturday, but the snow factor, it's all going to be based on the track. But it's a possibility there late in the week, Friday and Saturday, so we're highlighting that too. But our temperatures will be tumbling there from the 30s down into the teens, struggling to get above 10 degrees by next Sunday, lows in the single digits, and wind chills well below zero. So if you are a fan of winter weather, cold weather, and just overall winter type stuff here, that's what we have in store for the next 7 days. It's going to be very chilly. Not so much tomorrow, but it's going to be very chilly later in the week, and it's also going to be very snowy. We haven't been socked with a lot of snow so far this year, and this is our first real taste of it. It's very unusual. We've gone through November and December and the first week of January without any big classic winter storm lashing northeastern Wisconsin. We've had some close calls, but everything has really missed us. We have had some snow, but most of this has actually missed us. So once again, if you are tuning in late, I just want to show you our snow potential map here. This is my hand-drawn map, and again, expect a few changes here over the next 24 to 36 hours, but really we'll try to cement this and just roll with what we got in about 24 hours here before the snow really starts to fly. So for the Fox Valley, Door County, a good swath of 4 to 7. It could be some 6 to 9 inch totals from the valley east. We'll see. And also back to the northwest, lighter amounts, but still a chance for 2 to 5. And back across northern Wisconsin, probably less than 2 inches. Now, those are ranges here, so it doesn't mean we're all going to skew towards the high end of those ranges. It's a range. So we may skew towards the low end, or some of you may skew towards the higher end. And if you're right on the edge of some of those colors, you may be going right in between a couple of those ranges. So that's, at some point, we just have to put a number down and a line on the map and go with something. So that's what we have right now here. So I just want to make sure you all are prepared and ready to go for the week ahead. And, that's a little taste on what's coming. Join me for the full forecast on the TV at 10 o'clock, but this is the very latest here, and I'll be coming over a few more sets of data here before the show. It doesn't look like anything's changing too much. And going into tomorrow, we're actually going to have some higher-end, high-resolution model data that will actually push us through the storm. I can't really push us through the storm with another set of data tonight, but what we have there is pretty consistent. And when we have consistency with a bunch of these models, and they've been consistent for days now, you almost have to think that we're going to get something. It's just a matter of what and where. And like I showed you, a pretty good chance that we're going to see some pretty good snow, some wind, and some travel issues here starting Monday night, continuing through Tuesday night, wrapping up early Wednesday morning. So by midday Wednesday, this one will be out of here. We'll just watch later in the week. So that's a great summary for you regarding the snow and wintry weather on the way over the next 7 days. Stay safe and have a great Sunday night. And we'll see you on TV, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.